She said, "It's just my past. You can't judge me for it." Then I found out she'd slept with 3 of my coworkers while we were dating. I didn't say a word, just brought her to the office party. The room went silent when she walked in. 3 days later, she was blowing up my phone, sobbing that I'd humiliated her in front of everyone. Hey viewers, real quick. Only 8% of you watching are subscribed, and the channel's kind of stuck right now. If you enjoy these stories, hitting that subscribe button would really help us keep going. Thanks. I'm 31M Derek, writing this while Melissa packs her stuff and pretends she's the victim. This happened last week, and I'm still amazed at how perfectly everything played out. It started 3 weeks ago when my coworker Brad made a weird comment during lunch. "Derek, your girlfriend Melissa, she's the blonde who works at Patterson Industries, right?" "Yeah, why?" Brad and Tom exchanged a look. "Nothing, man. Just thought she looked familiar." Something in their tone made me pay attention. "Familiar how?" "We've seen her around the office building," Tom said. "Patterson's on the 4th floor of our building, right? She's hard to miss." I'd been dating Melissa, 28F, for 6 months. Met her at a coffee shop, hit it off immediately. She worked in marketing at Patterson Industries, seemed genuine, told me she was focused on her career. "You guys know her?" "Not personally," Brad said quickly. "Just seen her in the elevators and lobby." Something felt off about their reaction, but I let it slide. 2 days later, I was in the building lobby, waiting for the elevator when I ran into Tom coming back from lunch. "Derek, hey, listen about the other day." "What about it?" "Look, I don't want to start drama, but you should know, Melissa's been friendly with some of the Patterson guys." "Friendly how?" "I've seen her leaving late with different guys, multiple times, while you've been dating." My stomach dropped. "You're sure?" "Derek, I work late a lot. I've seen her with Marcus from their sales team, Jeff from accounting, and Paul from IT. Always after hours, always looking pretty cozy." "When was this?" "Throughout the time you've been dating her, as recent as last month." That evening, I confronted Melissa directly. "Melissa, I need to ask you something, and I need the truth." "Okay, baby. What's up?" "Tom saw you leaving work late with different guys from your office, multiple times." Her face went pale. "Derek, Tom doesn't know what he's talking about." "So you haven't been spending time alone with Marcus, Jeff, or Paul after work?" The color drained completely from her face. She knew I had specific names. "Derek, those are just coworkers. Sometimes we grab drinks after work." "Drinks? Just drinks?" "Yes. Why are you being paranoid?" "Because Tom said you look cozy with them, and he's seen this multiple times while we've been dating." "Derek, Tom's being dramatic. They're just friends." "Melissa, have you slept with any of your coworkers while we've been dating?" The question hung in the air. She started crying. "Derek, it's not what you think." "That's not an answer. Yes or no?" "It's complicated." "It's really not. Did you sleep with them or not?" "Derek, you don't understand the pressure at work." "Answer the question, Melissa." "Yes, but it didn't mean anything." "Yes, to which ones?" "Derek, please." "Which ones, Melissa?" "All 3, but it was just physical." I sat there processing this. 3 guys, 3 of her coworkers, while dating me. How long has this been going on? "Derek, it's over now. I ended it with all of them." "When did you end it?" "Last week." "So you were sleeping with 3 guys from your office until last week?" "Derek, it didn't mean anything. You're the one I love." "Melissa, pack your stuff." "Derek, wait, we can work through this." "There's nothing to work through. You cheated on me with 3 guys for months." "Derek, everyone has a past. You can't judge me for it." "Your past?" "Melissa, you were sleeping with these guys last week. That's not your past, your present." "It's just my past now. I ended it. Because I found out, not because you chose to." "Derek, please, let me explain." "Explain what? That you've been cheating on me with half your office?" "It wasn't cheating, it was just sex." "While dating me, that's literally the definition of cheating." She packed a bag and left that night. But I wasn't done. See, my company's annual holiday party was that Saturday. Big event, all the local businesses in our building attend. Patterson Industries always sends a delegation since we share the building. I'd already RSVP'd for 2 people. Friday afternoon I called Melissa. "Derek, I'm so glad you called. I've been thinking." "Melissa, I want to talk. Can you come to my company holiday party tomorrow night?" "Really? You want to work things out?" "I want to have a conversation. Neutral setting." Derek, yes, I'll be there. What time? 7 p.m. It's formal. Wear something nice. I'll be there. Thank you for giving us another chance. I wasn't giving us another chance. I was giving her a reality check. Saturday evening, I picked up Melissa at her friend's place where she was staying. She looked great. Red dress, full makeup, clearly trying to win me back. Derek, I'm so glad we're doing this. I know we can fix everything. We'll see. The party was in our building's conference center. About 150 people from various companies in the building. I spotted the Patterson group immediately at a table near the back. Marcus, Jeff, and Paul were all there with their wives. Perfect. I walked Melissa to the bar first, got us drinks, made small talk. She was being extra sweet, touching my arm, acting like nothing had happened. Derek, should we find somewhere quiet to talk? Actually, I want you to meet some people first. Some of your coworkers are here. Her smile faltered slightly. My coworkers? Yeah, Patterson sent a group. I thought it would be nice to socialize. I guided her toward the Patterson table. As we got closer, I watched Marcus notice her first. His face went white. He nudged Jeff, who immediately looked uncomfortable. Paul saw her and started fidgeting with his drink. Hey guys, I called out as we approached their table. I'd like you to meet my girlfriend, Melissa Johnson. The silence was immediate, not just at their table. The conversations at nearby tables started dying down as people sensed tension. Marcus's wife looked between Marcus and Melissa, clearly picking up on her husband's reaction. Honey, do you know her? She works at our company, Marcus said quietly. Melissa? I said cheerfully. These are the guys you work late with, Marcus, Jeff, and Paul. Jeff's wife was now staring at her husband, who had gone pale. Jeffrey, why do you look like you've seen a ghost? I'm fine, Jeff stammered. Paul tried to stand up, probably to escape to the bathroom, but his wife grabbed his arm. Paul, where are you going? Introduce me to your coworker. The word coworker hung in the air with obvious irony. Actually, I said, loud enough for the surrounding tables to hear, Melissa knows these guys pretty well. Don't you, Melissa? Melissa was frozen, looking between the three guys and their wives. Derek, she whispered, what are you doing? Just catching up with your friends. You spend so much time with them after work. Marcus's wife was studying Melissa's face, recognition dawning. Marcus, is this one of the women from your department you're always having late meetings with? Honey, it's not. Because she looks familiar, like maybe from your phone. That got everyone's attention. Jeff's wife leaned forward. Your phone? Derek, please, Melissa begged quietly. Can we just go? But we just got here. And look, all your close friends are here too. Paul's wife was now staring directly at Melissa. Exactly how well do you know my husband? The question carried clearly to the neighboring tables. More people turned to watch. Mrs. Patterson, I said helpfully, maybe you should ask your husbands how well they know Melissa. They spend a lot of private time together. Derek, stop, Melissa hissed. Stop what? Telling the truth? Marcus's wife stood up. Marcus, I want you to explain right now what your relationship is with this woman. Honey, we work together. That's not what I asked. What is your relationship? The whole section of the room was now watching. Marcus looked at Melissa, then at me, then at his wife. We've been friends. What kind of friends? Jeff's wife had grabbed her husband's phone and was scrolling through it. Jeffrey, explain these text messages from Melissa. What text messages? Paul's wife demanded, grabbing for Paul's phone. Melissa looked around the room, seeing faces watching her, phones being checked, wives getting angrier by the second. Derek, please, I'm begging you, let's just leave. Leave? But this is where you spend all your time, with Marcus, Jeff, and Paul. Very close relationships, from what I understand. How close? Marcus's wife demanded. That's when it all came out. Jeff's wife found text messages. Paul's wife found photos. Marcus broke under pressure and admitted to an emotional connection. Melissa turned and ran toward the exit, pushing through the crowd of people who had turned to watch the drama. I followed her outside, taking my time. She was by the valet stand, crying and calling for an Uber. Derek, how could you do that to me? Do what? Introduce you to people you know. You humiliated me, in front of everyone. I told the truth. You said people shouldn't judge you for your past. That was private. Your affairs with married coworkers were private. Tell that to their wives. Derek, I loved you. I made mistakes, but I loved you. You loved having me as backup while you slept with 3 other guys. It wasn't like that. Then what was it like, Melissa? I was confused. They were persistent. I didn't know how to say no. To 3 different guys? For months? Her Uber arrived. Before getting in, she turned back to me. Derek, this isn't over. You'll regret this. I doubt it. Update 1, 3 days later. The fallout has been spectacular. Thanks for all the comments. You guys get it. Monday morning, I got to work to find that Saturday night was the talk of the building. Word had spread through the shared office space like wildfire. Tom pulled me aside at lunch. Derek, dude, I heard about Saturday night. That was intense. Just thought people should know what they're dealing with. The Patterson guys are all in deep trouble. Marcus called in sick yesterday, Jeff's wife came to the office looking for him, and Paul's apparently staying at a hotel. Good, their wives deserve to know. Derek, I have to ask, did you plan that? I planned to introduce my girlfriend to her coworkers. What happened after that was just people reacting to the truth. Tuesday, my phone started blowing up. Melissa had been calling nonstop since Sunday night. Derek, you destroyed my reputation. Everyone in the building is talking about me. Derek, please call me back. I need to fix this situation. Derek, I'm sorry, okay? I'm sorry, but what you did was cruel. I didn't respond to any of them. Wednesday, her friend Casey called me. Derek, Melissa is a mess. She's been crying for days. Casey, I'm sorry she's upset, but she brought this on herself. Do you know what you've done? Her whole office knows what happened. Her office should know. She was sleeping with 3 married coworkers. She made mistakes. Everyone makes mistakes. Casey, cheating isn't a mistake. It's a choice. She made that choice repeatedly for months. Derek, she's talking about looking for a new job. Maybe leaving the city. That's probably smart. Thursday, I got a call from Marcus. Derek, I need to talk to you. What's up, Marcus? My wife wants me to thank you. That surprised me. Thank me for what? For forcing the truth out. She's been suspicious about my behavior for months. Now that everything's in the open, we can actually deal with it. How's she handling it? She's furious, but she's furious at the right person. Me and Melissa, not just her own paranoia. That's good, I guess. Derek, we're gonna counseling. It's gonna be a long road, but at least now we're working with truth instead of lies. Friday brought a call from Jeff's wife, Linda. Derek, this is Linda Morrison, Jeff's wife. Hi Linda, how are you doing? I wanted to thank you for Saturday night. Thank me? I've been finding text messages and weird behavior for months, but Jeff kept making me feel crazy, like I was being paranoid and jealous. Linda, I'm sorry you had to find out that way. Don't be sorry. That was the best way to find out. Public, undeniable, with witnesses. Jeff can't gaslight me anymore. How are things now? We're separated. I'm staying with my sister while I figure out what I want to do. I'm sorry this happened to you. Derek, women like Melissa count on secrecy. They rely on everyone staying quiet and not causing drama. What you did exposed her for what she really is. Update 2. 2 weeks later. The consequences keep spreading, and Melissa's desperation has reached new levels. Last week, I heard through Tom that Patterson Industries was dealing with major internal drama. Turns out Melissa's activities were affecting workplace dynamics more than anyone realized. Derek, they had to bring in HR to mediate between the 3 guys and their teams. Everyone knew something was going on, but now that it's out in the open, people are taking sides. What kind of sides? Some people think the guys are victims of manipulation. Others think they're just cheaters who got caught. What about Melissa? She's been calling in sick most days. Word is she's looking for a new job. Monday, I got a text from an unknown number. Derek, this is Melissa. I had to change my number because people from work kept calling me. We need to talk. I didn't respond. Tuesday, Derek, I know you're angry, but please give me 5 minutes to explain. Wednesday, Derek, my job situation is becoming impossible. People at work treat me like a pariah. Thursday, Derek, I'm begging you. I need this to stop. Friday, she escalated. Started waiting by my car after work. Derek, please, just 5 minutes. Melissa, there's nothing to talk about. I can explain everything. There were reasons for what I did. What reasons? They were persistent. They kept asking me out for drinks after work, and you said yes, for months, to all 3 of them. I didn't know how to handle the attention. Melissa, you handled it by sleeping with them while dating me. Derek, I made mistakes, but that doesn't mean you had the right to humiliate me. I didn't humiliate you. I introduced you to people you already knew intimately. In front of their wives. Their wives had a right to know what their husbands were doing. Derek, my career is ruined. Your career in sleeping with married coworkers? Yeah, that's probably over. Saturday, she tried showing up at my apartment with what looked like a resignation letter. Derek, I'm quitting Patterson. I'm starting fresh somewhere else. Good for you. Derek, I want to prove I've changed. I'm seeing a therapist. Melissa, we're not getting back together. But I'm working on myself. Work on yourself for yourself, not for me. Derek, what we had was real. What we had was you using me as cover while you cheated with 3 guys. That's not how it was. That's exactly how it was. You kept me around for stability while you had fun with other people. She left the resignation letter by my door. I threw it away without reading it. Final update. The dust has settled, and the ending was more satisfying than I could have imagined. 2 weeks ago, Melissa did quit Patterson Industries. Tom told me she gave 2 weeks' notice and kept her head down until her last day. Derek, the 3 guys are all dealing with their situations differently. Marcus is in counseling with his wife and seems committed to fixing things. Jeff and Linda are getting divorced. She filed last week. Paul and his wife are separated, but she hasn't decided what she wants to do yet. How's the office atmosphere? Better, actually. Everyone knows what happened, so there's no more weird tension or wondering what's going on. It's all out in the open. Last week, I heard through a mutual acquaintance that Melissa had moved to the next city over and found a job at a smaller marketing firm. Derek, I ran into Casey at the grocery store. She said, Melissa's doing okay, but she's pretty bitter about how everything went down. What's she saying? That you overreacted and destroyed her life over some minor mistakes. Minor mistakes? That's what Casey said. Melissa apparently still doesn't think what she did was that bad. So Melissa learned nothing from the experience. Not surprising. Yesterday, I got the final validation I needed. Jeff called me. Derek, Linda wanted me to pass along a message. What's that? She's grateful for what happened at the party, said it saved her from years of wondering and gave her the evidence she needed to make a clean break. How's she doing? Great, actually. She's dating someone new, got a better job, says she feels like herself again. And you? I'm an idiot who threw away a good marriage for meaningless hookups, but at least Linda doesn't have to waste any more time on me. Jeff, for what it's worth, I'm sorry your marriage ended. Derek, my marriage ended the day I cheated. Saturday night just made it official. Me? I'm doing great. The whole experience taught me to trust my instincts and act decisively when someone shows you who they are. I've been dating again. Met someone new last month. Sarah, 29, works as a teacher. When I told her about the Melissa situation on our 3rd date, her response was perfect. Wow, she really thought she could juggle 4 guys at once? That's not just cheating, that's logistics management. We laughed about it. No drama, no defensiveness. Just acknowledgement that some people make bad choices and face consequences. The office party revenge worked exactly as intended. I wanted Melissa to face the reality of her actions in front of the people she'd been deceiving. Mission accomplished. Melissa wanted to keep her affairs secret, compartmentalized from her relationship with me. She thought she could have her cake and eat it too. Stability with me, excitement with them. But secrets in small, professional communities don't stay secret forever, especially when you're careless enough to conduct multiple affairs in the same office building where people notice patterns. She said I couldn't judge her for her past. The problem was, it wasn't her past at all. It was her present, and she planned to keep it that way until she got caught. The party just accelerated the inevitable. Truth has a way of coming out, and when it does, the people who've been living lies have to face the consequences. Best holiday party I ever attended.